Yeah.
Real Deal is back. In case you forgot, that's Brad. I'm Nick. Brad, how are we doing today?
Good, man. Just winding the summer down. I know when my birthday hits, training camp's right around the corner, and it's time to get back to it. So it's been nice. A new article or several new articles every day to read, and things starting to pop. So
We're
I dig
back.
it.
It's just we're back. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Happy belated birthday, of course. Of
Oh,
course.
thanks, man.
It's always fun. I know we've been trying to get this going for my bad about a month and a half. Someone took too many vacations, and I couldn't.
Hey, man,
I
I've been all over the place too. So
Yeah. You know what? You have to. Believe it or not, it is summer. Brad's wearing a sweatshirt. I'm sweating in my basement. We're
my
back.
AC's pumping right now, just a little bit too much.
It's a good problem to have. It's a good problem. But the Steelers are in Latrobe. You're in your
Yeah.
awesome man cave. I'm in my awesome basement. Let's just like talk about this offseason. I don't have any talking points. I don't have anything prepared. We have not really talked Steelers shop in a long time.
I had to make notes because, well, I'm over 50.
That's fine,
So
man. I'm not. So I want to hear your thoughts on this entire offseason. We are now fully engaged into the Mike McCarthy era.
hmm
What are you seeing?
Well, what I'm hearing more or less is I listened to McCarthy talk to the media at the I think they had 1 day left in rookie minicamp, and it was like night and day hearing him communicate with the press versus Tomlin. I mean, he was talking football, talking about drills they're putting these guys through, what he's looking for out of them, and you didn't really get a lot of that out of Mike. I mean, it was he just I won't call him what I want to call him right now, but he was a little bit too much like Belichick.
Yeah,
And you didn't, I called him Timu Belichick. I told your dad that back over the summer when we were
that's fine.
having a beers
That's
with
fine.
him. I was like, he was like acting like Timu Belichick, and it just, I didn't, I don't know. It only works for one guy, and everybody else needs to be themselves.
Well, and I think to your point there, as I do wear my Coach T shirt, I wanted to wear this in honor.
Oh,
I love Mike Tomlin. He just everything about Mike Tomlin. I just he seems like the most awesome guy to sit down in a private setting and
mm,
talk sports and life with. Like that's what everyone who's ever
yeah,
played for him has said. I think to your point about Belichick, I think it's kind of the same symptom of the same disease where they were just doing it for so long. Like the game in their minds, the game had adapted to them. In reality, they had not adapted to the game.
mm,
And 20 to 30 years ago, head coaches were not sit down with the media and talk. They gave nothing. Now these coaches know, hey, I got to talk to the media. These guys have to be my friends. I have to toss them some things here and there. So I'm with you. And I think Mike McCarthy, obviously being older than Mike Tomlin, which is weird, you would think he would kind of be in that more reserved category, but I think because
yeah,
he's been fired twice, he's understood, okay, I need to change some things about me. And I think again, it's not the reason you hire a head coach, but it's damn cool that our head coach is from
yeah,
Pittsburgh. Like that's
hmm
just that's just awesome.
yeah. So just like Howard was. So I mean, we'll just hopefully we get some success with him. So far, I like it. I was against it when I heard that we were close to hiring him. I was like,
Absolutely.
no, don't do this because there was all these other hot names available out there. Well, nobody else hired those hot names.
Yeah.
I guess they weren't ready.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, I'm fully of the mindset like you want the guys you want, whether it be the coaches, the free agents, the draft picks. But once those guys are on your roster, I'm fully on board. Let's go, Mike McCarthy. Let's be great. Let's do everything that you
mhm.
did in Green Bay. The track record with the quarterbacks, it is there. I've seen a couple Penn State fans on Twitter say like Drew Aller looks completely different already. The hope is there, with Max Iniacho, like our first round pick. I didn't like the pick. I was like, why are we taking another tackle? But reports are saying he's been playing very well. He's obviously a rookie. He still needs to learn. But once these guys don the black and gold, once they're in the building, I'm fully on board. And those are the guys you root for.
Yeah. hmm Yeah. the Honichor talk. It's like, oh wow,
Yeah,
he had another good day of practice today.
yeah,
I don't think it was as spectacular as yesterday, but everything I've read, I was like, he looked really good today too.
yeah. He looks good. I mean, he just started playing football a couple years ago, and it's going to take him some time. I'm curious. I'm sure you saw the ESPN report that Broderick is cleared to play, and it
Hmm.
was rumored that his injury was career ending. Now, I think Broderick took that entire process very well. He came out and said, "This is a business, man. Like I know how it works. They got to have people out there." I don't know. I don't know what you do. It almost feels like we have too many offensive linemen, which is a good problem to have because injuries are going to happen. But you got to put these guys somewhere. So, what have you
Hmm.
seen anything more about Broderick and like the tackle positions really specifically?
No, but yeah, I would expect that. I mean, it's you never know what might happen during the preseason. If he looks good, somebody might offer something up for him, and they might let him walk, or maybe they do something with Dylan Cook and they keep Broderick around. I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah, I think that the number one thing I'm looking at when I'm looking at the season and I'm looking at stats and it's we don't have a sample size.
Hmm.
So there we have no idea what this coaching staff, we know what the front office likes to do, but we don't know what the coaching staff wants to do.
Hmm.
Got a fullback right now. Mike McCarthy loves fullbacks. Now, Mike Tomlin liked having a fullback, but didn't like using the actual fullback position. Shout out Dan Kreider, uh,
Yes,
bring
please.
back the
I
big man.
never
So
understand the signing of Derek Watt ever.
these guys they play very niche positions, and it felt like we would consistently take guys and just play them everywhere. And we were really, really good at that. But now it feels like McCarthy says, no, we have a fullback. Like we're using him we might use him as a halfback or a tight end occasionally, but he's a fullback. Doesn't mean we're going to roster him. Doesn't mean he's on the 53. But you got to throw out everything we've done over the last 20 years because it's a new era.
McCarthy, if I'm not mistaken, when he was in Green Bay, he used to roll out the third offensive tackle a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something to look at also.
Yeah. There's like I said, until like week 4, I'm not going to believe anything about this team
Hmm.
because it's an entirely new staff, top to bottom, and the
Yeah.
players are all going to say the right things on camera. Patrick Queen talked about how it's the Tomlin defense is extremely complicated, and you have to do this, and the Patrick Graham defense is a little less complicated, but it's also more effective. So they're going to say the right things
Uh huh.
about their current coaches, but I'm curious what it actually looks like come week 1 against Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt. Hmm.
Let's talk quarterback real quick.
Ooh.
We're just gonna stick to the on-field play here. And what we're just gonna stick to the on-field play here. We know it's Rodgers. We know he's the one. The depth chart came out today, and they would believe it was Rodgers, Rudolph, Howard, Aller.
Uh huh.
Do you think we roll into week 1 with 4 quarterbacks?
Man, I don't know. I doubt it. I think they're wanting Howard to possibly take that two spot, and they're making him work for it to see what they can get out of him. And if he shows enough during the preseason, because he's never played in any kind of NFL game, if he shows enough, maybe they just roll with the two young guys and either trade Mason or just let him go.
Yeah, I think that Mason would probably fetch a 6th or 7th round pick. I mean, you forget we traded Josh Dobbs for a 5th round pick. That there's a value in a long-term backup quarterback.
Yep.
The reason that I have hesitation in saying that Mason Rudolph will not be on the roster is because he and Rodgers are really close. And
Oh
I
yeah.
think
Okay.
that, obviously all coaching staffs and front offices and players value the in-person relationships, but it does feel like Aaron Rodgers tends to get what he wants.
Hmm.
I know he likes the young guys, but also he doesn't care about this team in 3 or 4 years. He cares about this year. So if Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers says, I want Mason Rudolph as my backup, figure out the three, I don't think you can they're not gonna release anyone the best thing they would do is either fake an injury, and IR him, IR either Howard or Aller, or try to stash Howard on the practice squad. You're not going to get Aller on the practice squad. You're not going to get a third round pick on the practice squad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think if they do phony up some kind of injury, it would be to Drew. I would imagine, because there's. I mean, we'll just have to see how they play in the
Yeah,
preseason,
yeah.
but
No,
yeah, it was.
Will Howard had a great point. He was like, I haven't played football, like real football, since the national championship game
Yeah,
2 years ago. So that's a great point. Like, let's see Will
he's
Howard.
ready.
The season kicks off technically tomorrow night with our beloved Kenny Pickett led Carolina Panthers.
Is he on that roster again?
He's their backup quarterback this year, and he's starting in the Hall of Fame game tomorrow night against Arizona.
No, I said again. Didn't
No,
did in that carousel of teams? Did he? Oh, so he's okay. For some reason
he
I thought
was he was a first round pick by the Steelers, and then 2 years traded to Philly. Was there, then a year later traded to the Browns, and then traded to the Raiders. He was with the Raiders most of last year,
Yeah, that's right.
and then I guess I don't know if they cut him or didn't re-sign him, whatever. And then he signed with the Panthers this year. So he is Bryce Young's backup. He is quarterback 2 for Carolina. He will be starting tomorrow night for the first football game of the year, which is, oh God, it's so bad, and we're gonna watch it and we're gonna love it.
Yeah, it's wow. I read the other week that when he wanted to be traded from Pittsburgh, Pickett, when he found out he was going to Philly, he was like kicking and screaming because they had Hurts, and he's like, I want to be traded from here too.
Yeah, and I think for him, he grew up an Eagles fan, I believe. So there's probably that cool aspect of playing for your hometown team.
He got his ring.
He got his ring, and now he's going to be sniffing the bench for the rest of his career, if that. I mean, if that doesn't work out in Carolina, I don't think as a backup. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know the guy. Again, I rooted for him when he was on the Steelers,
Hmm.
but he's not, so I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah,
I am a
that's right.
Panthers fan, but unfortunately, the Panthers exist in this world as a football franchise. The last couple of years have been rough, but maybe he'll turn around and be a backup or something. But not my problem. All right, back to the Steelers. Back to the important stuff.
Yeah.
What other things have you said you're 50. You got to take your notes. So what else do you have your notes on?
Oh well, the way McCarthy's running camp sounds interesting. No benches for anybody to sit on. It's
Mm,
on your feet, or you're sitting on the grass or the dirt.
mm,
Apparently there were benches everywhere before. I don't know how many, but they
yeah,
kind of made out like it was a big deal that players were allowed to sit on benches and
that's
whatnot.
fun.
So,
Why is that's a perk? Okay. I mean,
yeah,
whatever. It's fine. If it works, it's great. If it doesn't work, we'll be like, what the hell, man? What are we doing?
exactly. Bring the benches back.
Yeah. It's like
We're
the
0 and
classic.
5.
Yeah, when a team goes 0-5 and the coach is like, we've taken the ping pong table out of the locker room. We're getting serious. Like, okay.
That's right.
All right.
And they apparently he has them blare Monday Night Football theme
Yeah.
across the practice fields, and they run and line up, and they've got 5 plays, and it's like a mindset shift. Whatever you're doing, boom, you got the ball, you got to get in here and score.
Yeah.
You got to stop the score, whatever. It was interesting to hear that's something that he conducts, and the players were talking about it. Like, yeah, just you could be in the middle of anything. It happened the start of practice, towards the end, just any time. All of a sudden, it could just come on, and we just got to be ready, and we got to know where to be. It was like it's pretty cool tactic, man. That
Yeah.
sounds interesting.
Yeah. Again, we're not going to know if it works or not,
Yeah,
but
yeah. We'll see. Rico
if
Dowdle said he did it in Dallas too. So
that makes sense. I mean, there's a couple guys that are going to be familiar with McCarthy and how he does things, so that doesn't
mhm.
surprise me at all. I saw that also. I guess he was asking like random Pittsburgh Steelers trivia to. I thought I saw in
Yeah, I heard he was talking about the
the
history
Athletic.
of the team to all the
Yeah,
players.
stuff like that, which I think, obviously he's a Pittsburgh native, Greenfield native, so he knows that stuff.
Hmm.
Uh, Hometown guy, gotta
Yeah,
love it.
let them know what
Well,
they're playing for and what they.
what else you got? You said you got notes, so I want to hear them all
Oh
because I
yeah,
have
I mean,
nothing.
the contract stuff in the off season. What was your favorite signing or re-signing?
Favorite, like for the fun, is Darnell because like hell yeah, like just absolutely. But I think for You talk about like free agents or our re-signings?
Either. And
I
Darnell, were you talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm just a fan. I think with Herbig, we talked about this a little bit before the show. I think that anytime you can lock up your own guys before they hit
Mhm.
the free market, and it works. So oftentimes you sign a free agent, you're like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. He's gonna fit right in. It's like, well, there's a reason his team didn't re-sign him. And I would like to kind of get back to the Steeler way of developing
Yeah.
players and not just signing them off the street. So continue to sign them because you have the cap room. The Rico
Mhm.
Dowdle signing is fine. Um, I would have preferred that we kept our running back talent in-house, but Kenneth Gainwell went to Tampa, so we can't control that.
Mhm.
We made no signing we made a free agent signing I didn't like. I just I was glad we signed Herbig. I was We need to sign Joey Porter Jr.
Yep. And that's, the Herbig deal. I loved that they kept him because I was just thinking when you were talking about it. They let Chad Brown walk after the '96 season,
I
who
love
was
those pools.
a
I love when you can just pull
stud.
them.
Man, he was a stud of a linebacker.
Yeah,
I mean, just he was a great inside linebacker, and he had to go play outside in '96 when Greg Lloyd blew his, I think it was his Achilles or his ACL or something.
yeah,
He blew it out in the first game of the year against Jacksonville. And that just began the end of Greg's career. But they shifted Chad outside. He finished with like 13 sacks. It was just a monster out there. It was
yeah.
his final year of his rookie contract. They let him go to Seattle.
Hmm.
Or I mean, I believe he had a solid career in Seattle, and then he ended up coming back for, I think it was Cowers last year. They signed him back when we had some injuries,
Yeah,
but that was a huge mistake letting him leave back
yeah,
then.
yeah,
So them keeping Herbig, knowing that TJ's, he doesn't have a lot of gas left in the tank or many years left. We'll
yeah,
see what he's got now that Graham's going to be scheming these guys around all over the place. Maybe it reinvigorates him and he gets more than two more year or two out of him. And who knows? But you're looking at money and all that. He's probably going to be gone even if he does end up playing longer.
yeah. It just happens. I mean, J.J. Watt was released from the Texans. Looking at a
Mm-hmm.
similar situation. Obviously, the names, but it just kind of happens. We always talk about being a one helmet guy. Not Doesn't happen very often. Cam Hayward likes to flirt with that concept every offseason, it seems.
Yeah.
Uh, but I'm all for I'd almost rather overpay. I don't want to say overpay. I think the Herbig example is perfect. It's kind of like baseball. Like I know you're not a big Pirates guy, baseball guy, but the Pirates signed Connor Griffin, who at the time was 19 years old. He was their first round pick 2 years ago. He was
Yeah.
like the seventh or eighth prospect in MLB, and they signed him to a 9-year contract extension before he even played a game in the MLB.
Holy smokes.
It's a risk. It's So now that the MLB season is well on its way, Connor Griffin has been fantastic when he's been healthy. He's been banged up. He's currently out right now. But this is how the Atlanta Braves won their World Series a couple years ago. I don't say threw them, they invested in their young talent before they were too expensive and
Mm-hmm.
allowed them to have a young, not cheap, but controllable team that allowed them to pluck free agents onto their roster with
Oh
an
yeah.
existing core. And I want to see us get back to doing that.
Yep.
So if this is like an overpay for our third outside linebacker, our rotational edge rusher, that's fine. Because like you said, in a year or two, when TJ isn't here or Highsmith isn't here, or one of
Mhm.
them gets injured again, we're paying Herbig, we're not paying him $43 million.
Yeah.
So it's an investment, and sometimes investments come back to bite you in the butt. Sometimes they don't. We just have to hope that this doesn't.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean Sawyer. I mean he looked great last year, and we'll see how he
You do.
looks this year. I mean you just keep building and try to keep your guys in house, and then salt and pepper with your free agents.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean that's the preferred way of doing things.
And
But
it feels like we got away from that for.
oh yeah,
I know, like Kevin
10
Colbert
years
was. It was
probably.
just. Yeah, it was just announced that Kevin Colbert is being inducted into the team's Hall of Honor, and that's great. He deserves that. He's probably a Hall of Fame overall GM. But we've talked about this a few times. His last few draft classes were
Oh yeah,
terrible. And here we are, what, year three fully under Omar Khan, and we're we've resigned three guys from that draft class, and we're looking to sign a fourth.
Yeah.
Like Omar Khan can draft. Omar Khan knows
Yeah.
ball. So I think that this is going to help us shore up a lot of our depth pieces. We might not be getting superstar guys every round, but you need a Darnell Washington, you need a Nick Herbig, you need a Joey Porter Jr. None of those
Mhm.
guys were taken in the first round.
Yeah, and I love keeping Herbig, but the timing with signing Herbig as he stands right now as a backup linebacker
Yeah.
and not getting something done with Porter first, I think is just kind of throwing a wrench in those negotiations. Because, we'll see, but I just think that was a pretty big misstep on Omar's part, not getting Porter's done first if he was going to give Herbig that kind of money.
Yeah, and the only thing I have to say to that is kind of like what we talked about a little bit uh, off air, I guess. Um, because he's not had like a hot and cold. He's been a good cornerback for his entire career. He
Hmm.
had the down year 2 years ago, and he bounced back and had a fantastic year last year.
Yeah.
So they might just be wanting to see, all right, year four, new defensive coordinator. Let's see what you can do. They might have a handshake deal, but they want to see how he performs maybe the first couple of weeks to say, hey, we're going to tweak this number a little bit. We still want you. Obviously, you're still an incredible player. We want you on the
Mhm.
team, but are we paying you $32 million? Because the Steelers have never paid a defensive back
Yeah.
that.
Well, there's some talk too that they're waiting on Gonzalez in New England, and I can't remember the guy's name in Seattle. Both of them to
Devin
get their
Witherspoon.
deals to kind of set the market and see where he'll slot in with that.
Yeah, because you're looking at Devin Witherspoon with Seattle, Christian Gonzalez with the Patriots. The Colts the Jets re-signed Sauce Gardner, and then he was traded to the Colts, and then the Broncos have Patrick Surtain the second. So all
Hmm.
in that similar range. And I am blanking on the Texans cornerback. I got it, Derek Stingley, cornerback,
Yeah,
LSU.
that's it. Hmm.
So they're all kind of in that same talent range.
Yeah,
They have the accolades to back it up. Joey does not. So I
yeah.
wonder
He
if that's
hasn't cracked the Pro Bowl yet, and
which he
all of that.
deserved it. Like that's what's annoying is he
Yeah,
deserved all pro nods. He deserved like he deserved all this kind of stuff. All the advanced metrics showed he was like the third best corner in the league last year. But whatever, they can discuss the money. I just want number 24 out there
yeah.
every week,
There's
shutting down wide receiver one.
also a school of thought, and I haven't seen this, but I think one time Pat Kerwin was talking about it on NFL radio on Sirius that Patrick Graham's defense is going to be a lot of cover two and not man locking up, which is Joey's specialty. And he's
Yeah,
like, you're running that cover two most of the time. You don't need somebody, and you don't have to pay a corner quite as much to get the
yeah.
job done in that defense. So I mean, this might be. They're just not saying anything. It could be his last year because they're like, we don't have to spend as much money on this position now.
Yeah, there's
I don't want
again,
to see that, but
you don't. You have to take away the name because obviously as Steeler fans, we love Joey Porter Jr. and Senior.
mhm.
Take away the name, but I think that again, throw out what we know about this team because in the modern era, in the digital era, and the analytical era, it's been the Mike Tomlin team, and now it's
Mhm.
Mike McCarthy team. So yes, I see your point there. I think about the Super Bowl winning years when Ike Taylor, who is obviously he's a Hall of Honor kind of guy, he's not a Hall of Fame kind of
Man,
guy.
I loved Ike.
Ike's
He was
great.
awesome.
We love Ike. Also number 24. So do guys like him, Deshae Townsend, you had guys who were good. They weren't the lockdown Darrell Revis, of the time. Maybe the Steelers want to get back to that, but on the other hand, we have so much money because we don't have a quarterback that we're paying $50 million a year.
Yeah.
So I'd rather us again overpay on talent we know is good
Hmm.
until we have that quarterback because we're not doing anything until we're not winning a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. Like we said this last year. It's the same thing this year. It'll probably be the same exact result. That's why neither one of us wanted him back, but he's back. It's fine.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the quarterback, build up your team and then go get your quarterback.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Oh yeah. And maybe Graham changes scheme a little bit. Apparently, he's super
Yeah.
flexible for what he can do because he learned under Belichick to be multiple and do all kinds of stuff. So hey, put it to work, and if you're going to keep him around, let him go out there and lock man and just shut everybody's number one guy down and let the other guys do their thing.
I mean, that's an option. That's an option. I'm again, I'm so curious what we roll out because I think you're going to see a lot more regular season looks in the preseason than we usually get because the team has to get used to it.
Yeah, they need those reps.
Yeah, so it's going to be, I'm not saying that Jalen Ramsey's playing every snap of the first half next week, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was out there for the first quarter. Same thing with, most of the starters, even if they are older. Probably not Cam Hayward. Cam
No.
goes see ball, hit ball. Uh,
You know what you got with him. So
yeah. What's your next note?
well, good news from camp. Ihanachor, apparently he's looking good. So he's
Yeah.
got great feet, using his hands. It surprised everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
No,
not the coaching staff and his teammates because they've been around him, but the press is watching him like, holy cow, we weren't expecting this because we were told this guy was a project, and
yeah.
he's playing like anything but right now in practice. So,
Yeah. If it hits, great. If not,
yeah. Hmm.
you never know. You never know because sometimes the guys that are sure things don't work out and the projects do.
And
Sometimes.
might have gotten him. We might not have been thrilled about him, but I am thrilled we didn't grab that receiver that Philly snagged because we didn't need a guy like that on our roster.
Little sneaky guy, little snake. Makai
Whatever it
Lemon.
is he did to the press during the combine, acting like
Yeah,
some kind of fool. But Roman Wilson showing out in camp right now too.
I've also heard that. Yeah,
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 and
yeah,
I can't remember the YouTube channel. I watched a video of him working out with some dude in Florida. If I
yeah.
find it,
Oh,
I'll send it over to you.
it's the route god. That's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
he was putting the work in. I was like, he's doing this in February and March. Hopefully this pays off because he was looking good there,
that's
running
great.
really strong, crisp routes. So
He looked good last offseason too.
yeah, that's true.
Ma-
He
Make it or
did.
break it, man.
Tomlin
He
had a
is.
lot of players like that though. They would look
Yeah,
good, and then Tomlin wouldn't put them on the field. So
yeah. I'm curious what we do with wide receiver because one and two are locked with DK and Michael Pittman.
oh yeah,
Jeremy Bernard will make the roster whether it's this the
hmm,
3 or 4.
I
I'm
really
curious.
like his pick.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a great fit. I'm curious, does Roman take that step? And are we keeping him or are we trading him for a 6th round pick? Because you also have other guys on this roster that can make an impact. Ben Skoranek, I love Ben Skoranek.
Yeah.
He's not your traditional wide receiver, but he's a damn good wide receiver 6, and he's a really good special teams player.
Oh
He
yeah.
made the Pro Bowl as a
Very
gunner,
important.
and he's good friends with Aaron Rodgers. So like these are all the things you have to consider when you're trying to, maybe in a couple of weeks we can go through and actually try to figure out what this 53-man roster is going to look like.
Oh, that's a great idea.
But I've heard great things about Roman, but I like
I'm in his
April,
corner, man. I don't know why,
April
but I am.
no, April to August is best shape of my life season. Right? Like that's
Yeah.
when everyone's like, oh yeah, I've never felt better. My body feels great. I'm faster. I'm strong. All this kind of stuff. That's great. I want to see it on the field.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Just all starts there. And I mean, when I said about Tom, I can't put my finger on which players it was, but there were be guys that look good and potential, but they they didn't see the field often under him.
Yeah. I like to think that they knew, like, okay, maybe they can't handle the mental aspect of things.
It was like Derek Watt signing him. That was a pretty large contract for a guy to just play special teams for a few
Yeah.
years, and he was a competent fullback who could
Yeah.
run the ball, block, and catch
Yep.
passes, and they never used him.
No, they didn't. And I don't know. He enjoyed his time in Pittsburgh. It was cool to have all 3
Yeah,
Watt brothers on the field.
yeah.
I thought that was interesting. That was cool. That was a fun that was COVID year, right? Damn,
I think so. It's been a while. I mean, time flying, man. Yeah.
6 years. 6 years.
Hmm.
Woo. All right, keep it going. Keep throwing these at me. I
That's
love
all
them.
I've got for notes, other than I'm excited to see Graham's defense in action because
Yeah.
they were talking about today some of these blitz looks at why Black is dropping into zone coverage. All
Fantastic.
360 pounds of him
That's
or
a whole lot of
whatever it
man.
is. dropping in the zone. I mean, that was
Yeah,
like when Big Snack used to drop in the zone, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh God. No, I'm with you. I'm excited. Football, we're the day before the Hall of Fame game. It feels like we're back, and there's a different vibe to the Steelers this year because for most of us, we what we remember most is Mike Tomlin. Like that is,
Yeah.
obviously for those of us in our 50s, sorry, Brad.
Hey,
Yes, there
you know how
is
old
more
this is?
90.
94.
I was gonna say 92. Um, there's so much more to the Steelers before Mike Tomlin. And yes, I remember Cowher and I remember that era. But from the time I was 11 years old to the time I'm 31, Mike Tomlin was the head coach of my favorite
Yeah.
football team. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see in this era of the NFL what the Steelers look like, what we do. I'm just excited, man.
Winds
Like,
of change.
yeah, I can't control the wins and losses, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I broke down all 58,000 Mike McCarthy offensive plays from the time that he was the offensive coordinator in New
Yeah.
Orleans. No, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna see what they do, see what they look like, and then we'll let the experts analyze it. And I'll be happy if the scoreboard shows we have more points than the other team.
Yeah.
That's because that's all that matters. I don't care how
Mhm.
it's done.
Just win.
Just win. Just win. But we're back. We're back. We will try to be back weekly. Thank you to everyone who has stuck around. Brad has told me we are 19 subscribers away from our next um threshold where we can go
Yep.
live. So we would love if you could share this with a friend. We're not experts. We're just two guys who love Steelers football and enjoy chatting with each other. So share it, tell a friend, let us know what you think. We're excited to be back. Brad, you got anything?
Nope. That's it. We start going live. Just come out and get stupid with us.
Come out and get stupid with us.
That's right, man.
Until next time, folks. See ya.
Later.